Hello everyone. So I just wanted to do a video about getting, of course, back into the groove of, doing videos again. As I've mentioned, just kind of cycling that in again. But anyways, I wanted to talk about enforcing boundaries, boundaries with other people, why it can be uncomfortable, why it can feel so awkward, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't do it. I think a lot of people want to do it. I think the whole idea is that some people step over boundaries that, I don't know, there's some people who say that how are people supposed to know that they're crossing a boundary when people should know in some instances that they're crossing a boundary. There are some times when you have to be really, I mean, you're just an asshole at some point. If you're doing things that you know someone doesn't like and you continue to do these things, if a person has made it clear that you don't want don't want to do things and they keep persisting in a very negative and annoying way, and that person has let the other person know, that person knows they're violating a boundary. What else? Other things too, taking videos of people against their will, taking snapshots of people, and these are all like without their permission. Is very dangerous. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with people's images these days. And it's like, some people, they know what they're doing. And it can be very awkward to call someone out in the moment, which it should be done in the moment. A lot of my problems arise from calling it out in the moment, because I'm so uncomfortable in the moment when these things have happened to me in my certain circumstances, having my video taken in front of me, having my picture taken with phones, obviously done to either make me feel uncomfortable or to share that with someone for whatever reason. Just having people do things that they know that I do not like, and it's done on purpose, and these people know that they're violating a boundary. And again, another thing is, it's best to call people out, of course, in the moment, but it can be so very hard because part of you is thinking, is this person crazy? What is this person capable of doing if they're capable of, like, just so much a blatant, violation of someone's space and their privacy or whatever, But anyway, I guess a lot of people don't always, I'm not going to say think like that, because they wouldn't like it being done to them. They would be very upset if that had happened to them, or if someone did the very same thing to them. Turn that shit around on them, maybe. But then, you're playing their game. But so it should be called out. But, some people just, like, again, I say it's awkward because you feel awkward being assertive in the moment, because one, you're like, what's this person on? Who is this person? Like, are they nuts? And then it's awkward. It's awkward, at least for me, in the past. I'm going to try to get over this. Has been very awkward to, like, call someone out. Because some people just because we always try to, like, make it feel less awkward or to be nice about it, but sometimes people just need you to be blunt. Sometimes people just need that sharp, cutting words. They need it. They really do. And yes, your relationship with that person is going to be affected. That's another thing. If you work with someone, you're like, oh, I have to work with this person. How am I going to be treated from now on if I have a confrontation with this person? And I'm pretty sure that is often something that they think about, and so they think they can take advantage of people doing that. Maybe it would be best just to get over that. Try not to go on a screaming, like a rage spree, even though that might feel really emotionally fulfilling at the point. Probably not the best thing to do. But I don't think it's bad to actually be blunt and sharp as long as you're doing it in a way that's mature, and just be like, okay, that relationship wasn't going to be a good relationship anyway because this person constantly is violating people's boundaries, my boundaries. Um, so is that even a relationship you even want? You know? Anyways, so there's something to think about there. So I've been giving this a lot of thought. I've had people who have treated me badly in ways, like, example, one of the people who took my picture in front of me obviously did snap my picture, who has talked to me and asked me things and then later spoke over me. I hate that. Just rude things, treating you rude, and, you know, violating your privacy, you know, probably talking mess behind your back, you know, that sort of thing, and then coming up to me and wanting something from me, wanting something that I do, do jewelry and stuff, wanting something of mine that I make, not mentioning buying it, wants me to give this thing to her for spiritual purposes because she has it so hard right now. And I'm thinking, really? Because all of my protective charms are going to me right now, and I'm thinking a lot of them are going to combat things that this type of things that you've done to me. So I'm kind of thinking, like, where's this person coming from? And this is not the first time I've had this happen. People expecting me to give them things or give me dirty looks. Again, it's a long story. I'd have to get really into it when it comes to things about people just expecting things from you without any kind of talking about any kind of compensation, and not always that you want compensation, but also, you know, sometimes, one, if I'm going to do something for someone, it's going to be someone that I feel comfortable doing that for. I also have energy and time that I put into things, and I myself I'm entitled the way I choose to spend that time, as everyone else is. If you have certain things that you do, it takes time to do certain materials, certain things that, you know, no one's entitled for you to give that to them. But a lot of people in the environment that I am talking about are very much so. And it goes into even worse areas, as I've talked in the sexual harassment video, but you can watch that if you like. But I'm not going to get into that there, but there is that as well. It's just like this huge expectation, like you're not even a person almost. And I don't know what kind of low-level energy these people are engaged in. Like, I know there's a lot of, like, drug abuse possibly, and there's a lot of, like, fornication or whatever. I'm not trying to judge, but maybe some of that over addictive, highly attached way of being, that devil energy, being so much in that energy all the time, is really just draining their humanity from them. And I don't know. I don't know. But then they treat people that they see, and I've seen it. Like, if you smile and you're happy, some of them, not everyone, but some of these people who are assholes, they will get mad. You can see the anger in their face, which is really interesting. Like, they're very happy to see you upset, or they take charge in annoying you, but when you're happy, they get pissed off. That's not a healthy place to be. It really isn't. And I don't know, it's very odd, but, you know, again, what you can do personally if you're experiencing that sort of thing or any kind of boundary violations is address it in the moment. And that's the hardest thing, I think, when it comes to boundaries. And there's, like, a whole bunch of, like, certain people that it's hard to be assertive with. A lot of people, it's their family, especially if they're living with them. That's hard. That's going to be a hard one because you're with them. It could be partners, and then work. And a lot of these people at work, some of them are I'm just going to say it right now, bosses can be really abusive when it comes to harassment and intimidation and stuff in the workplace. You read it about it a lot. The place I work with, the company I work for, has a bad reputation for it, very bad reputation for it. And it's almost like these people think they can just get away with anything as long as they're on top. And they've gotten away with it so much, they just keep doing it. And they aren't even, almost as if they're not even afraid sometimes of lawsuits. They're just so used to either paying out or whatever. I don't know what it is, but at some point, it's hard, but at some point, you just got to get over the uncomfortableness of addressing it in the moment. I've gotten I've gotten a little bit better at this in my life recently. I've been bad at it. I'm not saying I've been great, but I'm getting better at it as time goes on, especially in this situation. There was a point when I was kind of scared because people were threatening violence, so it was kind of I didn't know what was going on. It was weird. Now I just see it as intimidation, and so now I kind of know how to look at it a little bit easier and know how to call it out a little bit better. But yeah, it can be hard, especially if you're in a situation where you are confused or people are intimidating or mobbing up on you. That does happen a lot in the workplace. It happens in families too. You do have cliques of people who do like to go after certain people. You think of like the whole scapegoat, that sort of thing. And then they're like, well, they somehow make this person or the scapegoat into like someone who's less human, so it's easier to violate their space. It's easier to, it makes it easier to, treat this person in a bad way that you usually wouldn't treat another person. You wouldn't want it done to yourself. But anyways, I'm gonna draw. I have some cards here. I'm just like, oh, I think I'll just like talk about this and draw a card and see what comes up. Ace of Discs. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's something new coming in. Growth. I'm trying to tie it to what I'm talking about. It's funny because I personally am talking about work, a new opportunity. I've seriously been thinking about, doing what I need to have been doing all along. One, I'm working on my own stuff, but also two, looking for something else to bring in money, another employment, because this place, these people aren't going to change. They find great emotional value in doing this. They've actually found where that kind of activity, that kind of can be addictive. Bullying can be an addictive thing. Gaining together and getting social approval with bullying, and if you think you're actually doing something, if you think this person really is bad and that you're helping out in a certain way, that can also kind of give a person a boost of like, oh yeah, this person is a really bad person and it's okay to do this to them because I'm actually doing something to make this person less effective or whatever. It's really sad, but they found that it is an addictive behavior as well. But yeah, definitely thinking of moving on, bringing something else new in. Got a lot of aces. Ace of Swords. Oh wow, a lot of opportunity here. One of the things that I do, obviously, as we all know if we've been here for a while, and yes, I need to make my videos public again, like I said I was, so new people know what I'm talking about. I do write, and so that is something that I need to, it's been on the burnt under, it's been simmering in a small little simmer. I need to really get back into that again. And also there needs to be some kind of communication. I need, again, remember when I was saying sharp word, just with the sword, that just made me think of that. Like, obviously something needs to be said. These people need to be put in check right when it happens, right then, because these people, I swear I've seen children act better than, and some of these people are middle-aged, some of them are older than middle-aged. These people are just like, I don't know, man. Guess it's the kind of people, I don't want to like put any jobs down, and I'm definitely not doing that. Especially as artists, we all understand that sometimes we just need a day job, and a lot of those day jobs are entry-level stuff, but sometimes when you go into those entry-level jobs, you have a lot of entry-level kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be mean. Not everyone's like that, but sometimes you get like the grunge of society, right? But anyways, I'm not trying to be judgmental. Not everyone's like that, but there is this sort of feeling when you go into that, and I've worked a lot of those jobs where just the people, especially this one's really bad. It's a lot of let slide, and there's a lot of addictive activities, but it's just bad. Haha, fortune, wheel of fortune. Time to turn it around. Time to enter a new cycle, for sure. I definitely do. And that's what we need to do sometimes. Sometimes we just need to start something new, in something. Like if it's overly abusive, like to a point where it's like doing a mental toll, that people are playing mind games and messing with you and trying to make you scared and doing intimidation and mobbing it. Yeah, it's time to, and it kind of sucks because a lot of the reason why they do that is to get rid of you, and it sucks to like give them what they want. So make sure you're stable before you go, and just like flip them off, you know, while you're leaving. But sometimes that just needs to happen. These people are just, I don't know, need to grow up. I really do. Like I said, I've seen children who are more mature than these people. Like, seriously, how did you even, what did you do to even become a boss here? Like, I could do a whole video, don't get me started on ineptitude at work. But anyways, Knight of Swords. Oh yeah, just flying in there on that horse with those swords raised, ready for, yeah, you could think of some, for me, right when I was thinking that, I was thinking like saying some words, you know, going on in there, and the communication that's been like really stopped up, just, and pursuing other things, and communication, getting things out there, letting people know, that needs to happen. I'm just pulling cards just to kind of let the conversation flow a little bit. I'm sorry if this isn't like a reading. This isn't like an August reading or anything. This is just me pulling cards and talking about boundaries. And he's a knight too. Yeah, ready for some battle. But anyways, so I'll pull one more card. I just wanted to kind of get in the flow again. Talk about something was on my mind. It's just like so entitled. I just don't understand how like you can just be an ass and treat people like, and then expect something to get something in return. I don't get it. Success. Yep. Realization that people are toxic. Realization that you need to take charge and be assertive, and that maybe you just need to make your life better and go when you can and start something new. Success. Yeah, let these people know they can't get away with their bullshit. And if they are really messing up, that you can talk to people, you can let people know what's going on. You know? I've already let people know, you know, what's going on. And so this shit is like, it's insane, and it happens to a lot of people. And with the place I'm at, they got a bad rep for harassment anyway. But anyways, so boundaries. And I know there's a lot of, oh god, there's a whole bunch of stuff on boundaries on YouTube. Was it Terry Cole has something about boundary bullies? It's really, is it boundary bullies or something? I don't know, but it's really good. Yeah, just people who just want to push your boundaries, and like, I guess you can think of them as a test to enforce your boundaries, even if it's really uncomfortable. Get past that uncomfortable stage. Because I think once you do that, I think other people take note, If you let people get away with it before, people just think they can do whatever, and that's where you mess up. That's where I've messed up in the past. I mean, people still know that what they're doing is wrong, but they'll do it anyway. People are messed up, especially low vibrational people. Like, I don't even know how do you be that. How do you become that person? But anyways, so thanks for hearing me talk, and again, just getting in the zone again of doing videos, and hopefully hit up some videos and comments on some videos that I've been missing lately. It's getting in the swing of things. So thank you so much, and as always, many blessings.